opportunity.
Yeah, so did you know that, Ram got owned by Mace the other day? Were you aware of this?
Dude, I was
Totally
over here
got
just
fucked by
laughing
Mace.
my ass off. That was incredible.
But I'm
You
upset.
just see like the
But I'm upset at
frustration.
Datacrons.
But
I'm not upset at Mace. I'm upset at Datacrons.
And we're
I hate
live, guys.
Datacrons.
We're up and about. We're doing this video right now live on Twitch, 10 p.m. Eastern, every single Friday night. Thank you so much for joining us. Guys, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We would really, really appreciate it. It's been a crazy, crazy couple of weeks for this channel and everything. It's been absolutely insane. It really, really is. Big shout out to one of our boys, of course, Van Seal. Speedy recovery. Had minor surgery. Should be back soon streaming. Good to have you, mate. Take care of yourself. Be good. Get well soon, mate. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got absolute superstars here to the side of me, starting off with everyone's favourite from the battalion, because the guy in the middle definitely isn't. Hello, Fort Mort. How are you, brother? It's great to have you here, man.
Good,
How
sir.
you
Thank you
been?
for having me today. We're going to have a good conversation about something not so good. Let's go.
There's a lot to talk about, mate. There's a lot to cover. It's been a long time since having you on, mate. We're absolutely thrilled to have you here. Unlike the guy in the middle, who basically is the guy's gimp. Our boy Ram Bam. Hello, Ram. Hello, you flog. Good to have you, mate.
YouTube, Ram.
You idiot. We're on YouTube. Behave yourself, mate. ASMR, take that crap back to Twitch. How are you, mate? What's happening, brother?
No, I'm doing good. I'm getting completely stuffed by Mace, but feels good.
Yeah. We definitely need to cover that in a second, of course. And we also have our boy Grid joining us, of course, as always. Pinky Ranger has also been filling the chair on and off live on the channel tonight. So, Grid, good to have you here, man. How was GridCon? Fill everyone in, mate. It looked absolutely fantastic with what we saw.
I did fill everyone in on GridCon, absolutely. Yeah. No, we just wrapped up. It was still too short. I mean, we did it year one, and I think we were only there for like 4 days. This was a full week at 7 days, and it's crazy that it still seemed like so short. It was nuts. But it was super fun. There was a Comic-Con out here in Denver, so everybody went to the Comic-Con, which is really cool because there's a lot of people who have never been to one. So seeing their like reaction was just, it just warmed my heart. I love seeing it. Then we hung out for a week. We had a great time. It was over 4th of July, so we had a cool barbecue. Had a whole lot of fun, played a bunch of games, had beer pong. I mean, you name it. It was a good time. That was my first time ever playing beer pong.
Yeah,
I shotgunned my first beer, and it was just like this really cool, awesome, fun experience seeing everybody out there together. And we had a couple of people who weren't there last year as well, which is awesome. So we met Haggard for the first time in person. We met Pink Ranger for the first time in person. It was really cool, like everybody getting together and seeing everybody and being able to hang out. So really, really, really fun time.
Good to hear.
So what you're
man.
telling me is it was like Ram Bam's YouTube career. It started and over that quickly.
Dang.
Wow. He's not wrong, though. Anyway, moving right along. It's great. Always cracked it. It's absolutely fantastic. That was an epic burn.
With the sinking ship in the background. Amazing. Oh my! You're welcome, YouTube.
Oh, we're going to have to clip that later on as well. It's absolutely huge. Okay, guys, we need to talk
But
about...
yes,
Unused and
absolutely.
abused, okay?
But it was good while it lasted. You can also tag that there.
All right, we need to talk about something.
Heinzie hears that
guys.
every night.
Oh, shut up, you flog. I'm trying to do this. You're not helping.
Jeez,
Shut
you
up,
guys are
Ram.
all brutal tonight. Oh my God, what is happening?
It's just another day in the office. That's what we do.
And I gotta get in on this. Hang on. Start throwing some
We can make
shit
it a
in
game.
there.
It's okay. It's all good.
Guys, we've got a lot to cover, and unfortunately we need to talk about something that honestly we don't really want to talk about, but we kind of have to. These
Mace
stupid
rework?
things right here. No, we need to talk about these things. Datacrons.
Oh God.
They are kicking everyone in the nuts right now. Straight up. It's pretty insane. We've of course had the newest iteration, the Enduring Codex, pop up now as well. They've hit the game. It's going to be crazy for Jedi teams, Rebel teams as well. They are insane. We're going to see infinite loops with Mothma and stuff like that, I think. We're going to see a lot of crazy things. You know, damage immunity off the rip as well with the new ones. It's going to be man, it's going to be pretty insane, guys. But look, I'm going to ask Grid first if I can, because I mean, I know that right now he's been raging pretty hard today after his stream.
Today.
No, well, not just today, but it's still raw, is my point. But Datacrons, man, they are really, look, we have to say it, they're really hurting the game right now. There's a lot of people that are just really unhappy with this stuff. You know? No,
absolutely. And I mean, I can go on and on. There's so much wrong with Datacrons. It's just, God, you can just talk forever about how bad they are. Keeping it relevant to like this last week, I would talk about how they gave us a Datacron economy update post. And I mean, literally the start, it says, we've been listening to your feedback with Datacrons, and they haven't. I'm just going to start with, that's a lie. That is blatantly a lie. They are not listening to feedback, because otherwise they would have known not to do any of the things that they really put out there.
Yeah.
Like all of this, like if you're going to say, we listened to your feedback, so based on the feedback that we heard from you, these are the changes that we're going to be making. You better have some good feedback based off of the actual opinion of the community. And that's not what it is. If you go through, I mean, I'm a moderator on a Facebook group with 50,000 people. And there has been so many posts there that people are sending me screenshots of like all of this stuff, how much they hate Datacrons, all these people who hate Datacrons, people on Reddit who are posting all these things about like, well, great, now I don't have to spend money on the game because it's useless. I'm not going to do it. So you guys have driven me from, $20 a month, $50 a month to zero. I'm not going to spend anything. All of the feedback has been negative. Nobody, extremely selective feedback, Datacron. Nobody is giving like this really good, like, you guys are doing great feedback. Today, I got a pop-up thing to go buy a Datacron because I can't get them anywhere else in the game. The thing that's the most important thing in the game now that just recently joined is like, hey, do you want to play with Datacrons? Well, too bad. You can't. You only get it in Conquest every 2 weeks, which now says completion of the Battle Pass reward track provides enough currency materials with the standard milestones to get you, this is my favorite part, to get you closer to a level 9 Datacron. What? You're going to tell me I'm going to spend 2 weeks on Conquest and I can't get a single relic or whatever you want to call level 9 Datacron? Anyways, I know we're still on opening opinions. Datacrons are disgusting. They are horrible. This is easily some of the worst, if not the worst content that has ever come out in Swigo. This is arguably worse than Mods 1.0, which if anybody remembers Mods 1.0, there were not too many things, I think, of anything that I would say were worse than Mods 1.0 when they first came out. These are disgusting. These are absolutely horrible. So that's my opening opinion.
No, that's fair. Absolutely. Ram, anything you want to add to that, mate? Any thoughts as well along those lines?
Are we being detailed or are we being opening opinion?
I should have been opening opinion. I'm sorry.
When have I ever said hold back? Let rip. I mean, I know that you've got a bit to say, and I think everyone does. Now's the time to do it. And I mean, guys, if you're looking for a positive video right now, I think you might be heading in the wrong direction because
unfortunately, I'm sorry.
Let the hate flow.
What we tend to do here, we tend to give our opinion, but also we do so with knowing how the community feels. That's I think the best way to explain what we do with this. And honestly, it's hard to get a lot of positivity out of it. It really is. So I'm going to apologize if you think this is a big rant video, but honestly, I don't think there's much more we can do. We have to be real and genuine, and I think that's what everyone feels. Ram, let me know what you think, mate, straight up. You agree, disagree, what are your thoughts?
So I've always been one that is going to congratulate and praise CG on something that they do it's good.
Yeah. And
then call them out on their shit. Sorry. YouTube.
Dude, it's fine. Move on.
Call them out on their crap when they mess something up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say it right now, and I probably have the most unpopular opinion here. I don't think Datacrons are the worst thing ever. I don't necessarily like them. I hate the rollout. I hate the fact that they are super overbalanced. I think the idea behind them isn't a terrible idea. Taking some of these teams like Mom Mothma and doing some cool stuff and maybe taking them up a notch. Sure. The problem that I have is, number one, way too overtuned. 800% health steal, outrageous. That needs to like just not even
Odds
exist.
1.0.
Right. Number two, and I can't wait for the Datacron set because we all know it's coming. That's going to add speed. We already got something that's going to add turn meter to the start of every battle. So,
which is worse, frankly.
Right. So we know speed's coming, and yeah. So way too overtuned. Number two, and this is the biggest problem that I have, the absolute worst problem I have. They have gone in and looked at this game and said, you know what? This doesn't work. It excludes GLs. This doesn't work. It excludes GLs. This doesn't work. It excludes GLs. Blah, 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 blah. All this stuff excludes GLs. But Datacrons, hey, you know what? Who's the brilliant idea that said, you know, what's the best team in the game? Oh, JMK? Let's make him better.
He's
already
underutilized,
has, like,
frankly.
2 counters. Let's give him no counters. Let's give him 800% health steal. Let's make him unbeatable.
We get a bang.
Why? Why? What is the logic? I don't have a problem with the Datacrons themselves. I have a problem with why are they on GLs? They don't need to be on GLs.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And I covered that a couple of weeks ago. I said exactly the same thing. I think why they're on GLs is bizarre. I don't see why that makes any sense or really adds anything to the game. I just don't think it needs to be done. I think that, and tell me if I'm wrong, and I'll ask you, Mort. Of course, we got, I love the Omicron rollouts. I think they've been great because they've been boosting teams, right, that we haven't been able to use or they've just been sitting on the bench because they've been crap. And all of a sudden, it's lifted them to the point that they're either competitive or really challenging top-end teams. I think that we all agree that was something really positive, right? And this is the thing. We call them out when something's not right, but we let them know when something is fantastic. And I think we all agree, Omicrons and Relics in general, I think they've been a pretty good positive to this game. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Right? But
there's a lot of stuff that Relics can do that you couldn't do with Gear 12. You can take all these different teams and punch them up because you have relics on them, right?
Yeah.
And the same thing with the Omicrons. How good is Wampa?
Wampa's
Wampa
amazing.
is amazing.
Best one in the game.
Zam, there's so many cool stuff you can do with bounty hunters now because of Zam, right?
Yeah.
Qui-Gon gives you a
Qui-Gon.
whole other team with Trash Jedi and Anakin, and that's all you need, right? To force someone to use their bad batch, essentially. Omicrons have been a pretty good addition to the game. Starkiller. It could beat GLs with one Omicron.
Yeah.
It's an amazing addition. Yeah, there's some misfires. Are there some bad Omicrons? Sure. There's going to be bad Zetas too.
Mace.
No, Mace is amazing. TW, get that crap out of here. I'm struggling to see
His best
logic.
thing is the ability block on his basic. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Apparently that works really well.
Oh, 100%.
Okay. All right.
That only
So
worked
good.
because they had a 70% potency Datacron that included the damn GL.
In case you don't realize,
Bring me back to that point.
For those that don't know, Ram got owned by a Mace team the other day. His own love actually bit him on the sack, so he's struggling a bit right now. Anyway,
I got ability blocked constantly,
and it was
by
fantastic.
Mace
It was
to
fantastic.
the point where I couldn't even get I got my ult off, but I couldn't get the unlimited power off to kill Cat and Mace, which I knew I needed to target Mace because I knew ability block. I called it at the very start of the video.
It was so quality. There's now a video, a GIF, and there's a lot of rams and goats running around making noises over it.
Yeah.
So, Ram, if you're done raging, I'm going to come to the positive side of this. Very unfavorable opinion here, but I've been saying this for over probably 9 months that they need to stop oversaturating with the GLs. So when they brought the Omicrons in, freaking amazing. I love it. Wampa, Qui-Gon, everybody you guys just listed, these are amazing. That's the way they needed to change the market, because if they put too many GLs in, could you imagine? They had 2 more. Right, they were coming out in pairs for a while. Now both front walls are oversaturated. The only way to fix that is to create more areas in GAC and in TW and blah blah. It's such a pain. But the Datacrons come out and they are expensive. They are too complicated for the average player. That's my biggest concern. I appreciate what they were trying to do, but they are way too complicated for the average player.
Oh, yeah.
Take them off the damn GLs. That's the first place you start.
Oh, yeah.
Take them off the GLs, and it's not so complicated. Like, I'm looking at Heinz's list of Datacrons. Heinz is at the top end of the game with the top end guilds. I'm at mid-range, right? I've got probably half of what he's got with a 7.7 million account. And doing Conquest, to Grit's point, it's so freaking expensive. I'm going to do 2 weeks of spending countless hours to get next to nothing is terrible. So I try to keep a positive note on this. I think they're moving in the right direction because when they're a business, they got to make money. So making that money, and that's going to require the whales and everybody else. Everybody said, oh, these are for the whales. These are for the whales. I talked to Solo Base last night with a really good conversation. And a good point was like players like him and Wolf and all these people that love to dig in, right? Love to dig in and actually enjoy the game. They're loving Datacron's inside out. Solo's up like 50 points in ranking from like 85 to 35 because he digs in and understands them. So those guys are enjoying it. But for the expense, yes, I want people to wail on them 100%, but let the other players get involved. And the last thing I'll say is I'm frustrated a little bit with Datacrons because every time I go in, even with a level 2 Datacron, I've always got that one character that's gear 11 or gear 12 that I want to use that makes my team so good. And I have to make the decision, do I put this stupid tenacity Datacron or do I bring in my G12 Grief that is way better all the way across the board? So that's my argument. I do not hate Datacrons. I just don't like where they're at right now.
Okay, so with that said...
And like I said at the beginning, I don't hate Datacrons.
You spoke enough. Let Heisey talk. Jesus.
Damn it.
He always speaks enough because he won't shut up. He never shuts up. He never has.
Therapy session for Ram at this point.
It is a therapy session.
It's an intervention.
Ram needs Ram's gonna like kick back on one of those couches. Like somebody, I need glasses and I need a notebook stat.
Okay, so and guys, so up until now, oh my God, look at those chicken legs. Put them away, will you? You're gonna blind everyone, mate, with those legs. Jesus. All right. I can't see. Okay, all right. So my next question is this, right? I've got my glasses here. I've got my sunnies here. I'm gonna have to put them on him if he does that again. Okay, so guys, let's ask this next question. Up until now,
asking about it, I'll put both legs up.
Shut up, Ram. I'm trying to talk. Jesus Christ. All right, so guys, we need to talk about this. Now, up until now, you had to earn them from Conquest, and you got them in the store, okay?
Or you could buy them.
And whilst they weren't favourable, I could kind of accept it. Then the packs have just come out overnight, right? And the packs are honestly the killer because I think that has taken it from a genuine ability of farming these Datacrons to the best of your ability to just going out and whaling on stuff to give yourself a better chance of getting better ones. And that I don't like. That was obviously something that was always going to come. I think Blind Freddy knew that we were going to get packs for this stuff, right? I just think right now it's probably a bit too soon, in my opinion, where people are still just introducing themselves and trying to just get the stuff they need instead of hitting the store for it. I understand that was going to happen in time. I think the rollout of the packs in the store are too soon. That's just how I feel, because it's taken away the genuine farming ability of the players right now for it. Am I wrong, guys? Or was it just, hey, Heinze, you're an idiot, because that was always going to happen straight off the rip? I'm surprised it didn't come out at the start. Like, so what are your thoughts?
I don't disagree with the packs coming out. We, like you said, we knew that they were going to come, right? It was hands down. It's CG, right? At this point, it's expected that there will be packs. Mm-hmm. Why are they unlimited?
That's why. Yeah,
because we have to wait 2 weeks until we can go to Conquest. So literally,
what you're telling me is that someone could go in, if they wailed hard enough, right? And there's going to be people that do that. They wail hard enough, they can have 30 tier the level 1 the Treatise Inquisitorius set. They can have 30 level 9s if they wail hard enough.
That's madness.
It's just like
because it's unlimited. Why?
It's like the age-old joke with Dark Souls. Like if you ever were like, if you asked anything about anything, somebody would just be like, "Get good," you know. It's the exact same thing, but here in Swigo, it's just wail harder. Just fork out your wallet. Like that's what it blows my mind.
It's just
I was super irritated when I logged in the other day. Sorry, Grid.
And, no, you're totally fine.
I was irritated when I logged in the other day, and every screen I went to, I got a new offer for Datacrons.
And which is hilarious. Irritated. Which is absolutely hilarious because if you watch Arnold's video, and there's all the links and stuff like where we can confirm it. Swigo is so far down the drain now of like they're making way less money than so many other companies right now, than so many other games. That's a better way to put it. Than so many other games right now. Like they are trying so hard to shove the pay to win down our throat. And they're not doing a good job with, like, it's not showing. They're not making more money than these other games. I don't get it. Like, I know there's the argument of like, you need to make money. It doesn't even feel like because they're not making that much money compared to these other games now. No. It's just like, it blows. Like, you guys could do that way better. Your argument, your fight is not over the whale. The whale's going to spend money no matter what. You got them, right? You got the whale, right? You can feed off that for as long as they're spending money. You put something in the game, they probably are going to buy it. Their fight is with the person who has, like, honestly, like myself, that would spend $20 here or there, maybe spend $50. Like on a real, crazy night, I'd spend like $100 like once a month in a blue moon. That's like, if there were packs that were like $10, $5, $2 that were of value, then I think people would be a little bit happier. Right now, it's just this weird pay to win thing that's being shoved very far down our throat. And it's terrible. Like, you're not making people want to spend money. It's actually so bad you're driving people away from spending money. I know a lot of whales who have spent a pretty penny on this game that are quitting over it. So it's even like whales and krakens are like, I don't like that. So people being like, oh, it's for the whales. Like, I don't think so. Even they hate it. Like, I don't get who this is for or what this is doing.
There's a guy who spent over 100K on this game who is at the moment, moving away from the game. He's stopping to play.
Yeah.
He's had enough. If that doesn't tell you that we have a problem, I don't know what does. Honestly.
Right. And that's side by side with the handfuls of people I know that are around like $30,000 on the game, which is like small comparatively speaking, but anybody from free to play to literally $100,000 plus is not too many people are happy.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. I hate it's, you always try and put a positive spin on stuff, and you try. This is really tough. It's a tough sell. The rollout has been horrible. Like, it's just been, I mean, if we didn't get Crumb on here a couple of weeks ago, there would have been none at all. Right?
Did I not sell it well enough?
Yeah, the actual rollout has been just a joke. It really has, and it's been really unprofessional. The way that they've introduced them, the way that we have to farm them, the drop rates on Conquest have been gross. I mean, apparently they're fixing it on this one. Apparently you're getting better drop rates, but they're still going to be trash. We're going to have to wait and see in a couple of days when that kicks in.
You get better drop rates. The level 1 mats that were the hardest to get.
Yep.
They're finally bringing them, only from 1 to 3 rather than 1 to 6.
Yep.
So I mean, there was some perks of the post that they did.
They're getting better, but it's just
getting
still
better,
too OP. It's just still too OP.
If it was this bad, right? If we were this unhappy with it, and we said that we were unhappy with it with the leaks, and some of the leaks didn't turn out to be true, some of it did, whatever, right? But why, if you have a bad product or an unfinished product, and this is a testing phase, and the community is kind of sort of giving you their feedback, and you're taking selective feedback, whatever, why roll it out now? Why would you roll it out and it's not seemingly fully ready?
Yeah, no, you're right. That's it. Anyway, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. We've talked enough about these bloody things. I think we've covered it enough. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Guys, we've got a new ship in the game. It's nice for a change. It's been some time since we've had a new ship in the game. Where the hell is it? There we go. It's right there. There we go. Raven's Claw's dropped in. Kol-Katarn's ship is in. We thought we were getting the Moldy Crow. We were wrong. We're getting Raven's Claw instead. Rebels, of course, going to work with our boy Akbar.
It's a trap.
And but hey, I think that certainly there's going to be a better capital ship in time that's going to go with this ship, or do we think it's going to stay with Akbar? What are we thinking in time?
That's such a profound question.
Such a profound question.
And considering that was from Meat, now that I have spent a bit more time with Meathead, that 100% means yes.
Yeah.
He is trolling so hard.
He does love
He is
a good
trolling
troll.
so hard. Or it could be the best troll ever. That's the problem. It either means yes or it's fully a troll.
It's a trap.
But
We'll have to
I'm
wait
going
and
with
see.
yes.
Yeah, no, straight up. I like the look of this ship. I think it's got a bit to bring to the table. I think that it's not too bad. A lot of foresight built in here and there. I think it's going to do some nice work. I think we need more ships generally, boys. One ain't going to cut it. I think we've talked about that.
Not done.
Any thoughts? Is this a ship? Obviously, we're getting in the the fun Galactic Chase event, of course. Cantina Energy. Anyone got any of that kicking around? So we can unlock it that way, or of course, packs. So is this something, guys, that you'd recommend going after? I mean, everyone, the majority of players, of course, has Home 1, from the start of the game. I mean, early on, it was pretty accessible. So this would certainly help boost that team in the short term and maybe lead to something else down the track. Definitely worth going after. Yes, no, maybe?
I'd say 100%. Yeah. The Rebel fleet is really solid anyway. So even, whatever's coming with the however you pronounce that other ship, but even if that other capital ship is coming or not, this is still a great ship, and it's going to work really well with Akbar and the Rebels regardless. Really solid fleet or ship, and especially while you can get it now in Cantina, since you have to farm so much stuff from Cantina with relic materials and whatnot. Say definitely spend a couple extra refreshes, get some shards from there while you can.
I like it. Ram, you agree? Not that we're really too fussed about what you think, but let's ask anyway.
Okay.
Come on.
It's the wrong ship in the background, by the way, Ram.
What?
It's a wrong ship in the background. That is not the ship we're looking for.
Is that the ship you're looking for?
I like this ship. Get
that ship out of here.
No. So I mean, I've seen videos and footage of like a 4-star straight unlock being able to compete with negotiators and whatnot and replace the MILF. So that's always valuable. I don't know why you would take the MILF out right now. That's not to say later on in the future when we do get another capital ship that you'll put MILF in there, sure. But right now, you're lacking a cleanse with the ship. But it does seem like a very, very good ship to take out negotiators, and I'm assuming maybe it's 7 stars. And maybe there's footage of it. I don't know, but maybe it's 7 stars. It can semi-compete because Rebels could always compete with Executor at the beginning before the changes, and so maybe this is the ship that pushes it over, and maybe you just need. I know it doesn't have synergy with Falcon, but maybe you put Falcon in there just for the Rebel synergy, and then I mean I don't know. Maybe it can compete with Executor. I don't know. I'm not gonna wail on it, but I'm certainly gonna. I'm already halfway to unlocking it from Cantina. So
nice.
Yep. No, fantastic.
You're clearly having to run. It says non-scoundrel in the kit, so MILF and Outrider are going to be a outcast, which means they're going to have to bring more ships. So I'm a big fan of this ship. Its abilities are insane in comparison to what they're coming. So you need to start farming your Cantina and shipping harder. Say it again. Ship harder. Get that ship in here. Yeah. I'm a big fan, guys. I really think this is a game changer, and it's going to be a major part of taking down the Executor easier.
I like it.
Didn't you slap Cubs once and tell him to ship harder?
I did. I did.
That's absolutely fantastic clip as well. Love it. Could watch that all day long. It's absolutely fantastic. It's brilliant. It really is. Guys, and look, let's finish this one off on a bit of speculation. Okay, a bit of speculation. I saw a really cool tweet yesterday, and this one actually made me a little bit giddy. I put it in my Discord server as well because I was a bit excited about the thought of it. It's pretty cool. It's a really let me see if I can find it in here actually. Christian Bale, we all know him of course, Batman. Batman. Rumored, and again speculation only. Rumored to be in talks with Lucasfilm at the moment to play Starkiller in an upcoming TV/film.
Why not just Sam?
No.
You want Sam? You want Sam?
Sam is literally. He's the portrayal of it. He is Starkiller. He's the voice of it. And Sam was already at a Star Wars Celebration, and he did the Kenobi. No, just get Sam. What are we doing?
Hey, I'm throwing it out there, man. It's great to watch the horror on your face. I like it. I could watch that all day, Ram. It's kind of like when you do a sea battle against JMK with Mace in it. It's the same look. It's absolutely fantastic. Love it. It's brilliant. Guys, we're going to wind this one up. It's been absolutely fantastic. Mort, thank you so much for joining us, mate. It's hard to catch up. Time zones just suck sometimes, and your work just don't let us catch up and do this more often, so thank you for joining us. Ram, thanks for being a massive flog. We love you, mate. Never change. You're an absolute superstar. And, of course, Grid looking magnificent, sexy as ever, fresh from GridCon. I hope all you guys enjoyed it that went along. It was great to see it from the outside in.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely been a fantastic, big week, guys. Enjoy. Thanks for being awesome. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you on the flip side. Put your comments in. You know the drill. And give us some love, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.